Expensive ingredients are being secretly replaced with ultra-processed food additives.
This is like a very cheap budget mayonnaise.
We didn't promise the Heston Blumenthal experience.
I find out how some budget products rely on ultra-processed food additives called starches.
If I pour that on top of a pizza...
It will be a disaster.
Yes.
Our food is changing, and in some cases, food additives called starches might help.
So in the industrial kitchen, starches are very important.
Absolutely.
Starches are a widely used additive in ultra-processed food, which is rarely out of the headlines these days with concerns that UPFs are linked to cardiovascular disease. And as UPFs form over half of the UK diet, starches crop up in all sorts of places. From the HB sauce on your Christmas morning bacon sarnie to your Boxing Day trifle, and in everyday products like ambrosia custard and ready meals. In recent years, many of us have traded down to budget products, and starches appear in the ingredient lists of many. Take for instance this Asda Just Essential pasta sauce, only 47 pence, or indeed this Morrison's Savers pasta sauce, again 47 pence. Both include modified starches. But why is starch so useful in ultra-processed food? To find out, I've come to Nottingham University.
So Harry, it's a pleasure meeting you.
To meet Professor of Food Physics, Gleb Yakubov.
Gleb, explain to me how you might use one of these sort of laboratory starches in a bit of processed food.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a thick solution with the modified starch.
The modified starch.
And it's made to get thicker without the need to heat it.
Okay, and what's the benefit of not being able to heat it?
So that you're not spending money on your electricity bill. So I'm saving you now electricity.
It's thick.
But it is thick.
It's thick, but it ain't food.
So can you show me how we'd use this modified starch in a normal food product?
Absolutely. We can make a tomato sauce. Would you like to make a tomato sauce?
I'd love to make a tomato sauce.
Fantastic.
Traditionally, tomato sauce would be made from, well, tomatoes. But if you really want to save money, you could start somewhere else.
You can use actually the waste byproducts from the manufacturing of the chopped tomatoes. So you have a lot of juice. You actually can use the tomato juice to create a product.
Gleb is using tomato juice to illustrate a watery tomato liquid.
If I pour that on top of a pizza...
It will be a disaster.
Yes.
And yet, take a fancy-looking mixer and some starch.
We will be adding starch until we're happy with the consistency.
Okay. Now, if I'm making a tomato sauce at home...
Yes.
I take a can of tomatoes...
That's right.
And I slowly boil it over about an hour. But you're doing this in 5 minutes?
We do it in five or 10 minutes. You would spend less time, so you have to pay less to your employees.
Does it taste okay?
Well, I think it does the job.
It's okay.
Because the texture is the right texture of your reduced tomato paste. We can add herbs, spices, we can add a little bit more salt, and then it will be quite gourmet.
This doesn't mean all tomato sauces are made with waste byproducts, but it might explain how budget sauces could use less of those pricey tomatoes. But starches aren't just for thickening a watery sauce. If you've traded down into a budget mayo recently, like Stamford Street Company from Sainsbury's for £1, or Stockwell & Co Mayo from Tesco at 65 pence, you will see modified starch on the label. So why is starch in a mayonnaise?
We will try to do this time around. We also try to mix two food ingredients that don't mix normally. So we'll use a modified starch to mix oil and water.
So we start with this flavoured water?
Correct. Water, vinegar and salt.
Mix this up with oil and the all-important starch, and despite there not being an egg in sight, it's a true transformation.
It's like a very cheap budget mayonnaise.
Well, you've recognized this as a mayonnaise, which is already a positive, and we didn't promise the Heston Blumenthal experience. The starches can be used to replace some of the oil and create the lower fat varieties of the mayonnaise.
This starch trick is the crucial secret to removing some of the expensive oil and egg in budget mayos and replacing it with water. That's why these budget mayonnaises actually have less oil than this light version. Helpful, given the dramatic price hikes of oil and eggs in 2022. It might also explain why Tesco recently reduced the fat and egg content in their tartare sauce. We asked Tesco whether starches had allowed them to save production costs. They said, "We are always looking for ways to improve our recipes." There might be many reasons to use starches in processed food, but keeping the lid on soaring ingredient prices would be beneficial to manufacturers. And there's one place where they seem to shout about this from the rooftops. Look at this marketing material from ingredients manufacturer Ingredion, one of the UK's biggest suppliers of starches. It's aimed at food manufacturers, and Ingredion boasts how their starches can help you reduce costs. This product claims it can help manufacturers save up to 15% on recipe costs by replacing ingredients such as egg or other emulsifying systems. This one claims starch enables low-cost formulations with excellent mouthfeel. Yum. And this one, they say, is widely recommended for cream and spreadable processed cheese applications, where protein needs to be reduced to save recipe costs. As prices soar and we're relying on cheaper ultra-processed products, which might have less natural ingredients in them, should we be concerned?
Priya, is our diet becoming more ultra-processed?
I think there's definitely more ultra-processed foods that are available, and people are tending to rely on those more heavily, which is something to be concerned about. People are moving away from making things from scratch and are having more of a reliance on buying sauces and buying ready meals, for example.
And this isn't necessarily just about convenience.
What we've also got to think about is with ultra-processed foods and foods that potentially have got modified starch in, they can be really accessible to people who are on lower incomes, who perhaps don't have access to get to the supermarket and buy fresh fruit and vegetables as often. On the one hand, I think food companies are continually reformulating and changing products, and that's a natural part of development for food manufacturers. I think it is worrying when more additives and preservatives are being put into those foods. If we are really heavily relying on ultra-processed foods, we might be getting too much of some of those key ingredients and those additives, which could potentially, long-term, have an impact on our health. I don't think we need to worry about them when we're just having them now and again, but if they are a really core component of our diet and we're relying on them heavily, then yes, potentially there could be a problem.
Of course, not all products have secretly changed recipes, but just about everything has gone up in price.